Mike Jackson is in the ring awaiting his opponent. Talking of which, here he comes. A tall, powerful, statuesque figure, a man who is never short of things to tell.
Yes, Georgie boy, Sid Vicious stands at almost 7 foot tall and has been in many a promotion throughout his storied career.
Many people have remarked over the years that a physique like Sid's is one that if you were crafting professional wrestler, his would be your go-to look, with muscles where you wouldn't think a man would have muscles. Some might even say he has the body of your average Adonis.
Don't forget, Sid's brutal intensity is hard to match, always coming right at you with that over 300-pound frame and power that seems unmatched.
This match is scheduled for one fall and has a 5-minute time limit. Firstly, from West Memphis, Arkansas, weighing 315 pounds, Sid Vicious, and his opponent from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing 124 pounds, Mike Jackson.
I expect that Sid has been revving himself up somewhat in the back. He looks motivated. I don't think this match will be too long, not taking anything away from the wrestler that Mike Jackson is. But just look at Sid.
Anyone who looks into the eyes of Sid would be scared stiff. That maniacal stare that just looks straight through you. Is Mike Jackson in trouble? Georgie boy?
I would be Mark. Sid doesn't look like he wants to be in this match for a long time. Look at how he is looking down at Mr. Jackson. I bet you that Sid's favourite in the ring is unleashing an untold brutality on any opponent. It's what he enjoys doing above all else.
A man who smiles while he wallops a man hard in the back is a man I don't want to ever face anywhere.
Look at these measured attacks by the big man. He's on a roll, it seems, and there's no stopping him.
Just malicious? I think it's the reason he calls himself Sid Vicious, because his maliciousness is bearing on cruelty.
It amazes me how put together this giant of a man is. Look at the dexterity being able to catch the man's leg mid-move. Sid never misses a beat. An unyielding show of his authority. There are no Tawaya about it. Can Mike Jackson come back from this? He's been up against a wall for the entirety of this match so far.
1 minute has passed for minutes.
Pummeled by a barrage of forearms and elbows. Sid is on the fast road to victory, it seems.
Sid outweighs Jackson by about 90 pounds and is taller by around 1 foot, give or take an inch or two. That is a hard man to beat with those odds against you. After those heavy strikes, Sid is setting up for a falling neck breaker. Jackson needs to get out of the clutches of the bigger man, otherwise it'll smell his doom.
Oh, again with those heavy forearms to the back. Will Jackson be able to catch his breath?
It might take a little longer to catch a breath after that backdrop suplex and falling from around 7 foot. Ooh, that's really gonna hurt. Getting his opponent back up and bracing for an Irish whip. Coming back off the far ropes, it's Jackson with a size 14 right to the face.
Going down for the pin, the ref counts 1, 2.
2 minutes have elapsed. 3 minutes remain.
That riled up the big man, and he gets his foot caught this time. But with such leg strength, he pushes Jackson off. Now lounging on the ropes, recovers with a kick that gets caught again. Both men are showing their preservation tactics, coming back at each other, so suddenly this match could go on a little longer than Sid wanted it to, showing he's not faced by being tumbled out by that Irish whip. Is Sid try to coax Jackson outside?
Very astute there, Mark. That's exactly what Vicious is doing. Now greeting him with a boot in the solar plexus. Not normally known for his wrestling ability, but Sid reversing Jackson with a hip toss on the concrete floor. Referee get these two back in the ring before one of them will be admitted to hospital.
Both men back in the ring and in the clinch. Jackson is set into the ropes. The big man set a little early and is grated with a knee to the stomach. Now look at this. I don't think Jackson will be able to lift Sid.
With that back body drop, Sid easily overpowered Jackson, now attacking with a strong forearm to the bridge of the back. Mr. Jackson look about to be sent up and down. Yes, it's a chokeslam. Will this be the end of the match?
As we hear the crowd counting, along with the pinfall, it is what a quick win from Sid Vicious.
That man was about 8 feet into the lights. What power by Sid Vicious, and then being greeted by the foot of Sid right in the middle of the eyes. That is going to send any equilibrium wobbly.
Talking of dominance, once in Tay grass of a man as powerful as Sid, you're going to get lifted up and drilled, as we saw with that chokeslam. Wow! What domination from Sid Vicious. There really was no looking back. Here he is, and here Graham Montana is with the announcements.
Here's your winner, Sid Vicious.
Yes, Mark, there really no stopping the 6'9" bull in the ring once he was going state. 3 was no veering in either side. I think we're going to scrape Mike Jackson off the mat.
Feeling those cold eyes, there's no stopping him doing this to anyone. Just as last week, Georgie boy, but this time it's the other way round. Layla is accompanying Michelle to the ring. This isn't fair. We know what they are going to get up to during this match.
Calm down, Mark. Don't get so uptight about it. I mean, just look at them. These two may be joined at the hip, but it sure is just flawless.
If they are so flawless, how come they have this kind of reaction? Listen to the crowd. They are not fans of the tactics of this, quote, flawless pair.
You can't say that Layla has shown that she can handle herself, and Michelle is making waves. We'll see in this match, she'll show everyone how good she is.
This little lady, she packs a big punch. It's La Congrejita Loca.
From Monterrey, this luchadora has been doing well for herself on the indies. She's won titles for Lucha Libre Maxima and also in Border City Wrestling. Faced Great League Justine and Josie Jane.
We've seen it last week. She teamed with the few matches she's had here, and we can hear it by the spark she feels just walking to the ring.
Josie Jane and Justine are no comparison to that of Michelle McCool. Mark. McCool was the first World Wrestling Entertainment Divas champion, and she held that title twice and won the Women's Championships twice as well. So she's not to be sniffed at all. Mark.
I wasn't discounting anything there, Georgie boy, but anyway, doesn't Loca seem to have a pep in her step, tongue-eyed?
This match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Firstly, from Monterrey, Mexico, La Congrejita Loca, and her opponent from Palatka, Florida, Michelle McCool.
Both these ladies look utterly focused. Don't they, Georgie boy? La Congrejita Loca really lives up to her name, lives up to her wild nature. Wouldn't you say, mate?
Mark, come on, mate. I'm not getting into this one, and you're not going to have to get me out of it either. Finish your thought on your own.
Well, I was just going to say, she brings that Hispanic fire that's really hard to douse. Think of the greats like Eddie Guerrero, even his nephew Chavo Guerrero Jr. That Hispanic blood always runs hot.
Well said, Mark. Indeed, you are correct. But look at McCool here, working on her opponent. Some great chain wrestling holds, wrenching that arm from the wrist lock. What poise from McCool. She's no slouch. What a beautiful arm drag out of that. If that ain't flawless, I don't know what is. And following up with a whipping clothesline.
Michelle, there's no real need for this, dear. Too much bravado is unbecoming of a lady.
Bravado, a lady? What are you on about, mate? We are not talking about the average fee girl on the street here. This is pro wrestling. Michelle is at the top of her game. If she wants to gloat, let her. Wait till these fans realise it or not, like he is better than them. Admire her technique. A shin breaker, and then straying into the side salto. Michelle has really improved from when she started in the ring. She kind of grew up as a competitor in front of us.
That will put Congrejita's toughness to the test. What a roundhouse side kick that was. Michelle can get utmost here with those 25-inch long legs.
Not to mention Mark, McCool's height advantage gives Loca so much further to fall, which may not seem a big advantage, but falling from a longer height will always hurt more than falling from a lesser height.
Coming off the ropes, look at Michelle there. She really dips into those arm drag takeovers. Shades of Ricky Steamboat.
McCool may be not known for being such a student of the game, following greats like the late Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah, and modern greats like Wendy Richter, Rockin' Robin, and what was Adrian Street's valet called. Using her feet, standing on her opponent's hair, and wrenching the arms up. McCool better watch the referee's count here. That was a little underhanded, I do have to admit, but it sure shows her passion.
A little underhanded. Loca dodges that maneuver from McCool. It was Miss Linda, Georgie boy. Miss Linda was Adrian Street's valet, and she really did pack a punch, not just a lunchbox.
Come on, Michelle, stop this. No need to flaunt yourself so often. You know you're good. They know you're good. We know you're good. Well, great. Well, flawless.
Again with the flawless. If she was, she wouldn't have left herself open for that reversal from the feisty luchadora. Now both of the warring women are on the outside. She's going for it. Again, Georgie boy. The referee needs to stop counting and stop Michelle. She may rip the mask off inadvertently.
Good segue, mate. Yes, and being from the Lucha Libre in Mexico, your mask is your whole identity. Once you get stripped of your mask, that is your identity gone. Come on, Michelle, you can do it. Get that mask off.
Back in the ring now, let's see if Miss McCool can finish this match. Ouch! What a knife-edged chop. Skin-shattering impact there.
Earlier, you talked about McCool emulating Ricky Steamboat. That was sure paying homage to another well-loved Rick in the wrestling business, Ric Flair. Look at the resilience side from him. Rolling up and unaware, La Congrajuta Loca.
Sometimes, Georgie boy, I feel we see Michelle's frustration do the better of her, especially when she feels she should be further along than she is. For instance, look at this move, taking the leg of her opponent and jumping all he weight on her opponent's ankle. When she gets frustrated, she gets even more vicious, like she wants to end careers.
You have to know when to ramp up your viciousness in the ring, Mark. You can't always sit back and play nice. But a wise move from Congragita, rolling out of the ring to catch a little respite. What technique from Loca, able to shift her weight from that powerbomb and take her down with that Hurricane Runner. But no bueno for the luchadora. Michelle was able to raise her shoulder before the 1 count.
Getting caught up in the moment here, taking too much time to G the fans' approval, lounging in the corner, and an oncoming McCool catches her with a clothesline and then a stiff knee drop right on the forehead. Both these ladies are showing great determination to stay in this match. It seems when one gets ahead, the other seems to somehow thwart the other's momentum.
Showing her wrestling mindset there, following the shin breaker with a leg whip takeover. That'll slow down the quicker luchadora. Michelle has zeroed in on the leg. Michelle is quite cerebral, trying to damage the base of her opponent.
Michelle, no need for that, Miss McCool. That's a little mean.
This isn't at ballet, Mark. Sometimes you need to show your opponent that you're better than they are.
5 minutes have elapsed. 5 minutes remaining.
Sick of being talked down to and disrespected, coming back with another Hurricane Runner takeover. Loca is the most sprightly wrestler I've seen in a while. These two exchanging in covers, finally finishing with a 1 count for McCool, but catch a body slam from her opponent. This is what I mean by what I stated earlier. As soon as either of these women mount a comeback, it's soon stopped. I wonder where this leaves us.
That's exactly why it's called high risk, and why when I was wrestling, Mark, I never attempted many high-flying moves. Failing them leaves you open to attacks like this from McCool. Oh, here it comes, the Faith Breaker. McCool's belly to back inverted facebuster slam. Will this keep Loca down for a 3?
As the referee's hand hits the mat a 3rd time, we have our winner, folks, Michelle McCool. Let's take a look at the highlights of this match.
The fiery luchadora showing her strength there with that power slam. And then we see the Faith Breaker from McCool. Look at the impact in 2 A's, the face and the body. That smelt the end for La Congrajita Loca, as we see the referee counting McCool's opponent's shoulders for the 3.
That was a great win for McCool. Layla looked really happy with her partner's win there.
And your winner, Michelle McCool.
Consider this a reminder that when McCool set her mind to accomplishment, thanks to her drive and will, she really gets what she wants. Put that on a post-it note and frame it, Miss Loca.
My name is Alessandro Rosativi. I was put on this earth to dominate, and that is what I plan to do to anyone who gets in my way. People always ask me what machka means. It means to crush. All other inferior wrestlers need to look out. Uinverse will be crushed. No one match is up to me. Look at me. This is a warning. Към всички мои сънародници българи, аз подкрепям силата и единството на България. Русекс хит. Русев смаже. За родината земя. Обичам те. България.
Soon I issue a title and they will take it back with me and keep it there, haha.
Скоро ще имам заглавие и ще го взема обратно със себе си и ще го пазя там. Ха-ха-ха-ха.
This man calls himself Primetime, and with all his athleticism he shows, I see why.
Here he comes, Cedric Alexander. Be ready, Georgie boy, to be wow.
Cedric has been in this game for 20 years and has won many titles, most notably the World Wrestling Entertainment Cruiserweights and World Tag Team Championships. Let's see if this match propels him to win the All-Star Championship Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship. Alexander won the Tag Team Championship alongside Shelton Benjamin, which would have been a realization moment for him as he grew up watching Shelton Benjamin. As the next participant comes into the fray, I expect we are all about to feel the power of Tozawa.
A real ball of energy in the ring, ready to explode at any time. But you have to wary of his striking game, not only the high-flying action that we all know him for, a staple of the cruiserweight division and has been for around 40 years.
Akira Tozawa is one formidable opponent. Don't be fooled by his stature.
Yes, he is Georgie. I mean, no need to mention this gentleman also shed a full 100 pounds, which is 46 kilos or 7 stone in under a year. That shows dedication and patience. Those are two attributes that all our settlers need within any situation.
Wow, Mark, you're quite the journalist, aren't you? Anyways, Tozawa is known for his technique and his craft. Amongst his deadly striking acumen, like most of the wrestlers that come out of Japan, the dojo system there is notoriously strict.
With that acumen, you talk of Georgie. Tozawa can drop anyone no matter their stature.
Talking of the cruiserweight division, a win tonight for any of the wrestlers in this match will move them up the rankings and maybe to #1 contendership for the All-Star Championship Wrestling World Cruiserweight title.
He calls himself the Scottish Supernova. Let's hope he doesn't burn up or burn out, but there will be devastation in his wake. Noam is the perfect mix of Eastern heritage and Western mindset, proving the two cultures can create quite the competitor. Isn't that right, George?
A very proud competitor, though you wouldn't think looking at him. He's a veteran of the wrestling business. Well, Noam has been in the business for 15 years and been around the world, America, Japan, United Kingdom, a wealth of experience that this man possesses.
Noam Dar, much like all the competitors in this match, is a man that can compete in any weight class of wrestler, proving that size and stature is no barrier in the world of wrestling. As the final man of this match comes down top to ring Dragon Lee. Many have cited this man as being the future of Lucha Libre. Well, they're not entirely wrong, but in fact he's the present with the greats of the past. Living legends like El Hijo del Santo, Parker Atlantis, Mephisto, just to name a few. He has many great legacies to live up to, and that he does.
This man has certainly lived up to that legacy, Mark. I mean, he's been all around the Americas and to Japan and back, much like all these other competitors in this match. So this match should be hotly contested. These men know each other quite well. They give us time to breathe through all this interesting competition. Let's get the official introductions for HTE match.
The next match will be fought under fatal four-way rules, which is with all four competitors starting, and the first person to score a referee decision will be the winner. There are no disqualification or count-out. This fatal four-way match is short of for one fall and is for a 15-minute time limit. Firstly from Tala, Mexico, weighing at 164 pounds, Dragon Lee. And his first opponent weighing at 74 kilos, from Cobb, Japan, Akira Tozawa. And their opponent weighing 175 pounds from Ayrshire in Scotland, the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar. And the final competitor weighing 100 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, Cedric Alexander.
It's going to be a steep mountain to climb, trying to be the first to pin an opponent. And a four-way is a lot more intense than a straight one-on-one. Talk about eyes in the back of your head.
Four-way matches were popularized in Mexico back in the 80s, and there have been many different stipulations added in the past. For example, championships, we've seen factions break up, and especially in Mexico, luchadores lose their masks. I expect we'll all be on the edge of our seats by the end of this match. George, tell me, how is it that one conquers the feat of facing more than one opponent at once? It must be quite daunting.
Well, when I was a competitor, I never really wrestled in anything that was more than 1-1s or tag team matches, except for the odd Battle Royal style match. So I guess it's the same mentality. Everyone else in the match wear themselves down, whilst you survey and try and look for the most opportune moment to go for the win. Well, much like that of a one-on-one match, besides the fact your head has to be swiveling at all times, making sure no one else is there trying to get their own momentum back. It's a real tough match to partake in. Mark, I'm glad I was never had to wrestle in one of these matches.
Like we just saw there, Georgie boy, Tozawa broke the pin-up of Dar, and was immediately grabbed and drilled down with a single knee backbreaker from Dragon Lee. What a great leap on those drop kicks from both Lee and Alexander, and again by Lee onto Alexander. It's hard to know where to look, so much action always going on.
What athleticism by Lee, with that springboard hurricane run, shades of a young Rey Mysterio Junior Blink, I think it was, following up with another Frankensteiner. or an inverted head scissor takedown, whatever you want to call it. See what I mean about momentum, Mark? Lee thought he had all the momentum after that duo of Hurricane Ranas, but Alexander came back and hit him with a hard clothesline. Neither participant can have to edge for too long in a match like this. Another single knee backbreaker leading into a pin. Will this get any kind of count? Unfortunately, the two others saw the pin cover and came to stop it. This is craziness. All wrestlers are around to top corner here. This is a real melee. The referee has a real job cut out for him here. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Wise move from both Dragon Lee and Noam Dar, both having the same idea of rolling out of the ring. Leaving Tozawa and Alexander slugging it out. I think Dar felt slighted there, like this match is more important than getting the crowd to all the way. Now, with riding the back of his opponent from the double leg takedown.
Look at Dar on the outside going for a kendo stick. This is great aggression shown by him. Especially in this match, you need to show aggression. Better to be aggressive and win than being submissive and lose. Never rest on your laurels, especially in a match with all this action in.
Look at all those combination strikes by Alexander. Finishing up there with a clothesline. Not giving Akira any time to breathe, springboarding off with that moonsault splash. Wow. Just wow. Tozawa showing fight there. Kicking out after one. This is a highly competitive contest. All four men in the ring once more. The referee looks spend. He has so much to look after here. Arms off. Too much for one man. Like in tag team and, in fact, any multi-man match, why aren't these types of matches contested with MR than one referee?
Watch the knee, Lee. He sure took that hard. Not that you can see it, but I think that made Lee bleed. I think you'll find, Mark, that move which Tozawa hit on Lee is called a Shining Wizard. After disposing Dar outside, Alexander turns around, sees both Lee and Tozawa out, and goes to pin Tozawa. The referee too is sweet time getting into the pin count, so that was just a 1 count. Maybe that sit-out slammer will clinch Lee's win. All wrestlers are clustered by the topside ropes, breaking up the pin, and look at Dar going for the legs of Tozawa. Now turning his sights to Alex Navel up for something, but gets reversed into a headlock takeover. Following through coming out of the corner, Dar is hoisted up, and Julie gets drilled with a fisherman's buster, and keeping the legs collapsed for the pin. At 2, a resilient Dar kicks free of the pin.
Keeping the momentum with him, Alexander now goes after an unaware Dragon Lee and tackles his knees from the back. That's going to take its toll later. Georgie boy, is there a strategy for this match to keep yourself fresh? All these men have had the stuffing torn from them. I wouldn't want to be a wrestler in a match of this, making...
Look at Tozawa there, rushing in with another inverted head scissor takedown. He's so quick. Tozawa is a man you have to wrathkey at all times.
Five minutes have elapsed. 10 minutes remaining.
It seems none of these men can obtain the momentum for long. Now we see that vicious face rake from Dar to Tozawa. These meninges don't stop going, they don't stop to breathe. Now, Tozawa is stuck in a grounded abdominal stretch. I think it's called a Rings of Saturn, names from Perry Saturn, who innovated that move.
Look at Lee there, taking another rear tackle from Alexander. His legs are going to be aching tomorrow. There have many notable wins throughout the years in fatal 4-way matches in both major North American companies. Many for the World XD Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Championships and a few for the World Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Championships. Men like Eddie Guerrero, Diamond Dallas Page, John Cena have all come out with great wins in these kinds of matches.
Alexander hitting that fisherman's buster again on Lee. This must be the end. Okay, just as the referee's hand gets past the 2, Tozawa recovers the match for everyone. These guys have so much energy that they expend. How did that keep going?
So many wins quashed in that little episode. Will this match ever find its end? After breaking that submission move up, Lee seems to be going outside the ring. What's he doing here? He seems to be getting a weapon, grabbing a kendo stick from underneath the ring. There are no disqualifications here, so this is all legal.
It's a little unauthorized Georgie boy. Surely that'll take Dar out of this match for a while. I mean, a kendo stick right to the exposed fibs with all that velocity.
Not only the ribs, mate. Do you know how much getting hit with a kendo stick grates your skin? He'll have bruises for weeks. The dragon is trying to breathe his fire, but getting cut off with a sharp punch to the gut. All these men are showing great resilience, Tonga, coming back from so much. They are all giving each other so much offense. What a match. The crowd are in this match as much as we are.
After that back sentence from Tozawa, Dar comes in, swinging that kendo stick and gets Lee right in that breadbasket, turning to Tozawa and cracking him over the head with it. No teamwork ever lasts long in these multi-man matches. Then turning the attack back to Lee.
Gosh, Noam has a vicious streak, now going for the pin attempt, but Cedric breaks that up. Really, Dar should have disposed of Alexander before pinning. Now his opponent, Mr. Alexander, carrying him toward the ropes, dropping him to clothesline him on the top rope.
Tozawa is wielded to the chair. How's that charge going in those match, I wonder? A quick chin breaker to break Alex Nader's momentum. That was it, men, crowning Alexander with a chair. Then Dar consecutively, it is all legal, folks. There are no disqualifications in any multi-man match. Lee has recovered and broke that quick pin of Tozawa's up, but gets caught with a shining wizard. That low running enziguri.
Alexander and Tozawa are going toe-to-toe, but Cedric is getting the upper hand with those quick jabs, that spinning back fist and that clothesline. Whilst in the near ring, Dar is back in and attacking Lee with a forearm drop.
What power from Cedric Alexander. Muscling up Lee with that pump handle suplex. All these men are deceptively strong for their stature. Talking of which, look at Dar with that fisherman's buster. This is his ruthlessness here, with those stomps to Lee's face. Or maybe he thought of not going for the pin as he saw Alexander getting in now to the ring.
It's a melee again. Everyone trying to get their move in. What's going to happen? Who's going to come out on top? What's Dragon Lee setting up for? Look at that from Lee. Operation Dragon. That is quite a move. Unfortunately for Lee, Alexander was there right on cue before he the one count to break up the pin. This match has no end. All these participants seem to be at a real stalemate.
Simultaneous roundhouse kick and back heel trip. Alexander and Dar are down.
Rise from Alexander here, rolling up Lee while Tozawa and Dar are tussling on the other side of the ring. Tozawa able to break up that pin as the referee. His hand was coming down for a 3, and Cedric Alexander with the most beautiful drop kick I've ever seen. That man is so athletic.
Another cover form, Alex Nader, but this time of Dar, but broken up with a hair's breadth before the 3 count. You heard the CRW gasp, as we did as well. Everyone is on the edge of their seat in anticipation to see the winner of this match.
Cedric is on a roll again, now crawling to the pin. Let's see if this is it. Too near the ropes. As Tozawa creeps in, he breaks it up. Ryan positioning in a match like this is easy to lose.
5 minutes
Every
remaining.
is flying around everywhere at all times.
Does this man ever stop? Look at Cedric, soaring across the ring with a picture. Perfect flying body splash. With a lateral press, the pin gets broken up at 2 by Tozawa. With all this action, that never stops. These men must all be spent.
Well, Mark, the average Joe would be. But these men are so well conditioned. Their hours in the gym, the calisthenics. They work hard to be in the ring. And it shows. The action never stops here in All-Star Championship Wrestling. On the outside of the ring, we see Dar trying to pick his spots, watching what's going on, sliding into the ring and trying to surprise Alex Nader with a tackle to the knees. But Alexander moved opportunistically. Another quick rile up from Alex Nader. This team on the Noam Dar, but it was broken up to much action going on around.
Dragon Lee turning into a hurricane with that tilt-a-whirl powerbomb. Tozawa must be out, but not falling up. Seeing Cedric's pin on Dar, Lee breaks it up. What quick fighting by Dragon Lee.
Another inverted reverse DDT from Lee, thinking of using a weapon to wear down his opponent. But he tries for the pin on Alexander. But before the 1 count, Dar leaps in to break the lateral press.
As both Alexander and Tozawa Both take the lead of the ring, inside the ring, wiping Dragon Lee into the ropes and exploding with a sharp reverse elbow. Now going for the lateral press. Let's see if this could be the end of the match. With the lateral press and the referee counts 1, 2, and ties, there is your winner. Well done, Dar. Like you said, Georgie boy, patience will always win a match like this.
Reviewing the highlights of this match, a great reversal to Dar from Alexander, showing his technical standing.
After that, we see the explosive action from Tozawa almost knocking Dar's head off.
As we see that Sioned Operation Dragon from Lee there, what poise and athletics, and this is a testament to the resiliency of Dar. To come back from all big moves Dar had to withstand. Well done, young man. Let's get the official wad from our ring announcer.
Your winner, Noam Dar.
This match was fought tooth and nail by all these competitors, yet Dar was the man with the savvy and the one who came out with the victory.
Well, the spoils go to the victor. Mark, they highly do.
I'm standing here with two of Paul Bearer's disciples of darkness, the Master of Pain and the Soul Taker.
Well, Mr. Interviewer, me and the Soul Taker are here to demolish all other minions.
How's your feud with Chavo Guerrero going for you, mate?
After all, the fire has cracked, that little pipsqueak will be gone, gone, gone. And that is all I have to say about that.
I hate to think what Mr. Bearer, your mastermind, has in store for the fans.
You'll see, little man, you'll see. Let's go, Pain.
We are to see a massacre, folks. Coming down to the ring is a very dangerous man.
This Californian is well versed in many martial arts and is so proficient at making his opponents tap out.
Look at him, Mark. Samoa Joe is chomping at the bit to get his hands on someone, anyone. I wouldn't want to get in his way, would you? Samoa Joe would probably be first in line to shut up both of Theory and Waller. And if there's a man to do it, then I think it could be him. With his power and tenaciousness, there would be no stopping him.
We shouldn't really count out Theory, though, Georgie boy, as he will be a true test for Samoa Joe. No one can discount his speed, technique, and athleticism. We've seen it in the past. The package that Theory brings has won him so many titles in his young career. But I feel his brashness can let him down. He can talk for too long and talk himself into trouble.
Some might say we're about to be graced by an international icon here, and he brings with him his partner as always.
I think those are definitely his words, Georgie boy. This is what I mean. He does seem to talk himself into corners.
What I see, Mark, is a man with an infinite amount of self-belief. Call it what you want. He, Austin Theory, will need all that going into this match.
I guess you're right again, Mr. Thornton. Theory is a chief at fighting from underneath, always coming out with a quick little win when his opponent lets his guard down. In fact, both these gentlemen are proponents of, let's say, the cheeky win.
A win is a win is a win, Mark. It doesn't matter how it comes about. Samoa Joe needs to be wary, though, in that you are right.
All this bravado, Georgie boy, it makes me sick. This is one of the ways that Theory could pop the match in Joe's favor. Let's get the official introductions done. Over to the game, Montana.
This match is scheduled for one fall and for a 10-minute time limit. Entering the ring at this moment from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing at 220 pounds, Austin Theory. And his opponent from Huntington Beach, California, weighing 287 pounds, the Samoan submission machine, Samoan Joe.
Listen to the crowd. It seems Mr. Theory has some fans.
Theory, in my estimation, sees himself the undeniable future of this business is at only 28. He has many years left to prove that statement.
Well, a young competitor like Theory needs to have that belief, especially when you're against a juggernaut like the Samoan submission machine. Joe is a wrestler that can easily steamroll another.
We've both said it many times, Georgie boy. A man without his base can't fight. Look at Joe. Chopping down the legs of Theory, that'll stop any of his high-octane athleticism.
Though, Mark, Theory isn't just a one-trick pony. He doesn't just use his athleticism. He is a very grounded wrestler who has great fundamentals. And being reasonable at the beginning of his young career, he has a bright future ahead. Joe hasn't let up once since the bell rang. Look at this. Look at how quick the fists are of Joe, unloading punch after punch, right between the eyes. He is so unrelenting. The ref should have stepped in there to get Joe off his man, or at least check his hands were open.
Theory's most egregious downside would be his overwhelming overconfidence. All an opponent needs to do is get him believing that he's got them where he wants them, Then he gets comfortable and lax while when he gets a little lazy. Then the opponent should take advantage and take control of the situation.
That's very astute observation there, Mark. Forgive me, it sounded like that was advice of a seasoned in-ring competitor, but I know you've never stepped into the ring. Very astute, sir. Very astute. A great reversal, eye with the front face lock, hitting a spinning suplex maneuver. That was a move innovated by Dustin Rhodes. And keeping his man pinned to the ground, but no call by the referee, as Joe immediately kicked out. Both men back to the vertical base. Theory goes for the swing, but it was shrugged away by Joe, whipped into the corner, and Joe is setting up for something. You can see the cogs in his mind working.
A quick change, and now Joe is in the corner, now setting up for what could be a powerbomb, I think. Into the corner, no less. That's going hurt. I wonder if this will slow the big Californian down.
Theory, mate, you're wasting time here. You need to finish the big man off, not wearing him out.
What's Theory setting up for here? Cradling the leg up in a fisherman's buster-like move? No. He drops Joe headfirst on his thigh. Very innovative move there, now reaching over to grab the leg with the lateral press. Not even a 1 count.
A strong straight kick to the chest, and while Theory was getting up, Joe is giving Theory what for, with those many strikes, ending with an enziguri kick, sending Austin right down Ottiman. At this juncture, Theory needs to be wary for one big move to send him down for the 3 count very quickly. Off screen we see Theory's partner Grayson Waller jaw-jacking with the big Samoan, trying to get under his skin. But the distraction is needed to get his friend back into this match.
The referee should step in there and get Waller off the apron, maybe even chuck him from ringside. Their plan worked, Georgie boy. Now as Theory goes for the Irish whip, Joe soon reversed that and buries a fist to the abdomen with a quick back sledge.
After a little confusion there, Joe buries a shoulder in the abdomen as well, while in the corner. Theory must be breathing hard at this very moment.
Repeated mule kicks while Theory sits in the corner. Theory is in major trouble. Joe is well in the groove now. Could we be nearing the net of this match? Theory has been under the grueling affect of all this action from Joe. Throughout this match, Theory's had little respite or retort. Do you see any way, Georgie boy, for Austin Theory to get back into this match? Or is too late for him?
After the boom of that flapjack, it's hard to see that Austin Theory can get near a win. He's been beaten for pretty much for the last 4 minutes. The question is Samoa Joe US playing with his opponent? Quays that could be the only way Theory can clinch a victory. Maybe surprise Joe with one of those quick roll-ups that we've seen many a time.
A reverse pile driver and a quick pin to follow. Will this be the end? A 1, a 2. What resilience from Theory, but he has a way to go to get back into this match.
Joe smells the end of his opponent. He feels it. You can see it in his eyes. With Theory in the top corner, a running backsplash and a fantastic tail enziguri. Joe, for a big man, really has great athleticism.
To the opposite corner now, approaching his opponent and raising him to the middle turnbuckle IO. I think this is what Joe calls the muscle buster. Strange name, as it generally compresses the spine. Let's see if he can get the win here. 1, 2, 3. There's the win.
Joe's done it, just like a walk in the park. Let's take a look at the highlights of the match.
In that brief explosion of offense from Theory, that brainbuster-like move totally disorientating Joe for a second. Joe coming back with his muscle buster and soon getting the win afterwards. It was a very one-sided affair, wouldn't you say, Georgie boy?
Well, Mark, that match only went 4 minutes. I was a little excited earlier. But yes, that was a match where Mr. Theory pretty much theorized his own loss. Let's go down to Graham, Montana for the Official World.
Here is your winner, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Joe is one of the toughest competitors in the world of wrestling, so a loss to Joe is something you can bounce back from.
What's next for Joe, do you think, Georgie?
If he keeps defeating opponents like this, then he'll be a heavyweight champion soon. Mark my words. From the green and pleasant land of Yorkshire in the north of England, he's here, determined with the unbreakable drive. From the boots of the rugby union to the boots of a wrestler, let's see how that determination will propel him.
Yes, Georgie boy, this man is known as a rough and tumble competitor who's not afraid to fight dirty. In his relatively short career, he has been in teams with the likes of Sheamus O'Shaughnessy and fellow Englishman Pete Dunne, and also being a part of Andre Chase's university team. Holland is a gentleman, know of his state forward attack. Do you know much about his sports career before wrestling, George?
As I said earlier, Mark, he has been prominent in the rugby union scene in the 2010s, played for many Northern teams. 12 tries, so he has power and a lot of grit. But let's hope he's not swimming into danger here with his opponent CM Punk. We've seen it in the past, Mark. This man's mean streak is in view often. CM Punk will have to vary of it as soon as the bell sounds.
The crowd just love this man. Over the 20-plus years in the ring, Punk has garnered such support. The one and only CM Punk. It surely is going to be clobbering time for Mr. Punk. As he slowly gets to the ring, I wonder if he's sized up his opponent before the match.
Any true competitor in the ring started sizing up their opponent way before they get to the ring, with tapes and a great deal of self-belief. And Punk is a true student of wrestling. He's been in so many high-profile moments against every big name in the world of wrestling.
This crowd are firmly in the corner of Punk. So much adulation in the air. Let's hope it doesn't make this man too overconfident for him.
Overconfidence can be any wrestler's downfall, but I guarantee that Punk's that in check and is coming down to the ring with that straight-edge mindset to get the walk done.
You realise, George, that being straight-edge isn't to do with confidence, it's to do with being drug and alcohol-free, which is a big prominent of this man's mantra. It's even tattooed on his stomach.
Punk's hard-headedness has sometimes got him into situations, but his wrestling technique and athleticum has got him free. He is a man with set thoughts about life that can't be changed. Punk possesses a truly dangerous mix of fighting styles that can topple almost anyone. Holland will have to be sure not to stand still for too long, for he may be coked down from a kick, a backhand, and then promptly cumbiated. Let's go to the ring announcer for the introductions.
This match is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Firstly, to the left side of the ring, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing to 120 pounds, CM Punk. And his opponent from Liversedge, Yorkshire, weighing to 151 pounds, Ridge Holland.
Again, listen to the chants for CM Punk. They are ringing out of this auditorium. He is a man universally revered. Let's get this match started and see if Punk can live up to this adulation. Punk quick out the gates with a lateral press. And yes, he knows he's not going to get the win out of the gates like that, but it's showing the bigger man to be wary and stick and move, for it might be the next pin that will get the 3 count.
Let's see if RDG can stop the charging up CM Punk quickly with his 30-pound heavier frame and his PGUer advantage. Holland is letting his opponent know that he's here, and the fans know that he's not to be trifled with.
Oh, Mark, how I love trifle. But what a shoulder block, charging straight forward and knocking down his adversary, running him over. With more high-impact explosions like that, Ridge might have Punk's number.
Though, Georgie boy, you have to remember of Punk's resiliency. He's come back from a lot in the past. It'll be hard to topple Mr. Punk. Trying to end Ridge's night quickly with a pile driver, but he counters him, tossing Punk over his shoulder with a big back body drop. What a great reversal.
In this 20-year career of Punk, his acclamations grow day by day. Many World Wrestling entertained World Heavyweight, Tag Team, and Intercontinental Championships, the Extreme Championship Wrestling, and Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championships, just to name a few. So he's been around many different promotions. Look at this high-risk action from Punk, a springboard clothesline, proving he can hit you from anywhere, the ground, from standing, or from the air.
Ridge with a quick reversal with the chin breaker, stunning the veteran. With some striking of his own, Holland flooring Punk with the overarm sledge, rocking CM Punk.
Well summarized, Mark. And if Ridge can keep on this offense to Punk, he may come out with a surprise win.
Both men locked in the collar and elbow, tie up, trying to drag Punk over to the other side of the ring. Punk assapsies with a few neat elbows to the solar plexus.
Firing back with a strike punch to Punk's breadbasket. It seems they are both going into the far lower corner, Ridge taking Punk's head and introducing it to the top turnbuckle, not once or twice, but repeatedly. And as the crowd count along, much to the Yorkshireman's glee, this is dizzying Punk.
5 times too much for Punk, stopping the momentum with a leg on the middle turnbuckle and quickly burying a sharp elbow to the guy. I tell you, these men will be breathing heavy tomorrow.
After the quick was-it-lock takedown, Punk riding his opponent, trying to get one up on Oland, now with the lateral press. But the bigger man isn't worn down enough, but that would have been a stamina test from Punk. Talking of stamina, Punk whips Holland into the ropes, but on the rebound, they both clunk heads. Maybe it's not just Punk studying the past. Ridge, shades of Dutch Mantel there, a short arm clothesline.
Both these men at the top of their games, constantly going for quick covers on one another and immediately escaping. Neither man short on breath yet.
From the gut-wrench position, Ridge muscles up Punk onto his shoulders and drives him down with a deep powerbomb. Seeing that Punk is in peril wisely, Holland moves over to the pin, now with the lateral press. As the referee gets down at count, just the one count, Punk is too fresh. Shy going. He's not just the ground and pound superstar. Ridge coming from the second rope with a double axe drive, flooring the second City Saint, now with Punk draped over his shoulder, a modified exploder suplex, throwing Punk halfway across the ring.
Punk needs to get back into this match, Georgie boy. He's slightly on the back foot here, a place where he doesn't want OB, but look, masterful. Lying in wait, playing possum, showing his wherewithal and ring positioning, a roll-up. Ridge just getting out of the pin, 2 and 1 to 2.
CM Punk is Canonic quite the aggressor when he gets in position to be. As we see here, with the shoot kick right to the kidneys, sending shivers right down the back. A little overzealous there, going for that springboard senton bomb, but no one home.
Georgie boy, I think the Hispanics call that a toque con giro, which in Spanish means peak of the turn. Talking of peak of the turn, this match has turned in Holland's favour. The man is going to the toy rope. As Punk is mustering up right leg, F comes off the rope, catching Punk around the shoulder blades. Ooh, that's going to hurt as the referee get to another 2 and 1-2.
Punk going for that enziguri, but Ridge back pedals and dodges the kick. As Punk raises to his feet, Ridge, who's a little fired up, starts a striking war with Punk. Is this wise from Holland? We know how proficient Punk is with striking.
K.LG about a sparring session, both men giving HO the huge haymakers, and Punk mixing it up with some back pops, but we use the forehand crosses. Punk seemingly able to block a few of Holland's attacks and finally breaking that with a nice spinning soul kick.
Punk is setting him up for it, I think. Yes, here it is, his famed rising knee, what he calls go to sleep. This should put Ridge out for the count. And with the cover, he gets a 2.5. What resiliency from Holland. Punk didn't expect that.
5 minutes have elapsed. 5 minutes remain.
Ridge escaped to the corner, but on hot pursuit, Punk tries grabbing him, but he gets kicked away. Seeing a staggered opponent, Ridge using his head, hooks Punk for a no-weather lights driver. Let's see if Holland can get the win. Just another 2.5.
Ridge, mate, no time to show your frustration. You need to get on your man and keep on him. Punk is a tough customer and shouldn't be given any breathing room. That could smell your doom.
I think I heard you, Georgie boy. What a clothesline, sending Punk back to the mat. Showing wisdom beyond his years. Another pin, even if this doesn't get the 3 with all the punishment dished out. Punk will have to muster up his stamina to kick off his opponent. At this juncture, a wrestler needs to preserve his stamina to be able to hit the ending move.
What analyze there, Mark? It's like you've been wrestling for years, very astute. Neither man maintaining any type of momentum, reversal after reversal.
Another suplex from Holland. Looks like he's been studying wrestlers like ECW's Taz, TNA, Samoa Joe, WCW Scott, and Rick Steiner. He sure has also been looking at Japanese wrestlers from the 80s. They all utilized variations of the suplex as well. Ridge looked like he's in the driving seat now, flooring Punk with that driving shoulder block. Georgie boy, that must knock the air out of you, having a 250-pound man hurtling himself at you at full force. Now, with a string of punches right to Punk's face, both men firing back at each other. It's leak muscle memory, these punch reactions.
Now whipping Punk into the ropes and muscling Punk in a tilt-a-whirl power slam. Could this be the end of the match, Mark? As the referee goes straight in at the count. Punk has such resiliency, psyching out Agent at the 2.5 mark. It otherwise amazes me what these men can take. So much punishment. Until now, Holland has shown so much maturity in the ring, but I have no idea why he's taking the time to argue with the referee. Punk has now come back with those strikes, and now hoisting up Holland up and dropping him with a suplex slam. That was unfortunate from Holland. He should have kept on his man.
A piercing elbow drop from Punk. P&K making his way to the apron as Ridge ascends to his feet, springboarding into the ring with a clothesline, a la Brain Pillman. Not getting out of it, but it graced Holland and the HPO fell down. Playing possum there, taking a page out of Punk's book. From earlier, kicking away Punk, Ridge Holland now. Sting up, another Northern Lies driver. Maybe this will finish his adversary for good.
Another near fall there. This match has been full of 2.5 counts. Again, Ridge showing his inexperience there, letting his frustrations boil over again. I feel he's losing sight of this match. Holland taking too much time to glout and taunt to the crowd. Punk in the meantime was able to get to his feet.
Paying Holland back for not being as battened of him when he was down. Uinverse slam and grinding for what I think is a double wrist lock. TT Punk calls this the Anaconda Vice, not feeling he is getting the affect he wanted. Punk lets go, but waiting for the fireman's carry, and yes, here it is again. The GTS. Let's see if this gets the in on Holland.
As the referee moves into the pin, he counts 1, 2, 3, and yes, Quink is your winner.
Tremendous action from both men. Ridge Holland threw everything at CM Punk, including himself on many occasions, and being able to drill CM Punk twice with this move.
In turn though, Mark, he did get caught with this move twice, and the second one was his end. A great match from these two. CM Punk is your winner.
And your winner, CM Punk.
This may lead Punk into maybe a light heavyweight championship match, but we'll see.
What's Thism? Who's that? It's Seth Rollins armed with a dendo stick, and he's whacking out one of that men who's been a thrown in his side throughout their time in both Ring of Honor and World Wrestling Entertainment. Look at Rollins wailing eye away on Punk. Referee, get in there and stop this. Now, armed with a microphone, what has he got to say for himself?
As you all plainly can see, haha, CM Punk your saint is no more.
And that's despicable, Seth. Why?
We have always
Seth
been
has
around
no
each other
shortage of
throughout
confidence,
the
showing his
indies and on
bravado.
through WWE.
Mark,
We never really
I
got
can't
along.
deny that this
well,
man
he in
speaks
fact
the
left
truth.
the WWE
Punk did leave
and
the
berated
WWE
us.
after
yeah,
an
I might
injury.
have taken it to
Yes,
heart,
he did.
but wouldn't
But
you?
what did he go to do?
That really
He
got
tried
under my
going
skin.
into
So when
cage
he
fighting,
got back to the
But he
WWE,
left that
we
mark.
made history through
Then
our
he
beef with
joined
one another.
All Ear
But nothing
Elite
was
Wrestling
or is
with
settled.
Cody Rideau,
This
where
now
he had
is
great
my
success.
revenge.
He
Thank
left
you,
that as
Punk,
well.
you bitch.
I kind of get Rollins' gripe.
In my opinion, Georgie boy Seth was whining here. He can't seem to move past his hatred.
Seth, please leave it all eye in the ring. We don't need this here. You're better than what you just did to Punk, blindsiding him.